Hi everyone, welcome to my second live stream in continuing with our topic how to run a successful business from home. And hi everyone, thank you for joining me today in running our second stream today about how to start a business successfully with no investment and what are the things we can do. So today my topic is going to be how do you ideate for this business idea and how do you come up with what are the possible areas where you could actually start your business. And so my rule is it's a 10 principle rule, right? So I always use this rule of 10. I'm going to request you to take a piece of paper this week, today possibly, because it's going to be fresh when you hear it, and write down 10 areas of interest or list down things that people may have talked to you about that, oh wow, you're so good at this, or somebody's complimented you for something, a skill set that you really enjoy doing, an interest that you've always wanted to pursue. Just list those down. Whether it makes sense or not is not what we are right now thinking about. We just want to kind of hone in on what are the areas that could possibly be an area of opportunity for you. So, like I said, make 10 points and you will write that. And so it could be something as simple as somebody comes to your house and they say, oh my God, you're so good with cooking. I love your desserts. So one of your areas or your skill set would be that you make great desserts. Maybe you enjoy sewing, you like doing embroidery. So one of your areas of interest could be embroidery. Maybe you're great at just being in the kitchen and doing cooking, or your food comes out very sumptuous. You enjoy making snacks, put that down. Maybe you enjoy storytelling, put that down. Maybe as a child and even when you were in college, you really enjoyed writing. Writing stories, writing a poem, write that down for yourself. You like working with cars, you like tinkering with them, and basically just you're a car fanatic, or you like to talk about cars, you like to read about cars, you like to work on cars, write that down. That could be your area of interest and your area of passion. So think hard. What happens with us is a lot of times, because we have been so used to being in our rut of always being busy with our daily mundane life, being busy with our work, that we have lost that connection with ourselves to know what is our area of interest and what is it that really ticks you and makes you happy. So this is an exercise that we are going to do to generate that list of interest pack that could really help you to hone in on those one or two opportunities that you would find worth pursuing and would like to start off with. So please take out a sheet and write down those ideas. Now, how we are going to work with these ideas are that once you've listed those 10 ideas down, against each idea, I want you to write what are the ways in which you think. So you have to do a self brainstorming thing, or you can write to me and I can help you brainstorm that the validation of the idea, that does this idea make sense? Could it actually be monetized or not? And how could it be monetized? To what extent? Now, starting a business, I'm not saying that any business that you start from home will help you start like earning millions right from day one, but it is the first step towards becoming financially independent and creating an alternative source of income for yourself. And that's what right now we are focusing on. So in this time of lockdown, a lot of us have realized that with the loss of pays, with the losing of jobs, with businesses suffering big losses, we all have to look for other sources of income that can help us contribute towards our revenue streams, and also help us understand that this is the time that you need to look inwards and say, what is my purpose? What is it that I really want to do? Because I think most of us have realized that we don't need a lot to have a joyful living. We've all from going out to restaurants every day, being at bars and being out to parties, have seen the last 1 month of being homebound, enjoying home cooked fresh meals, enjoying doing things at home, being by ourselves, being with the family, reading up, those most awaited books that have been just collecting on our desk and we've never found the time to read, gardening, watering the plants, doing some household activities around, and that also gives us joy. So you have to ask yourself, how much do I really need to be able to live well? Probably not much. And if it's not much, then how much? So if you've had a pay cut, then you should not feel very disappointed, because at least you have to feel grateful that you have a job and you have an income coming in. If you've had business losses, I can understand that it can really take a toll on most of the small businesses, especially because they don't have big fundings, or they don't have very many channels of being able to pay all those loans and payment of their debts. But at the same time, you have something. And how can you innovate right now in your business? So this ideation process is not just for somebody who wants to start something new. It is also for somebody who has an existing company or a business, and you got to ideate how to innovate within that dream that you have. So if you are running a company, say, which sells hair bands, and you realize that now people may not be really doing a lot of online shopping for things which are like good to have but not like a must have, then what are the other things that you can add in the children's segment that can help you to actually increase your revenues and meet a certain gap in the market that can help you create a robust revenue stream within the company, staying in the same segment. So I would say somebody who's running a children's company, how about starting something which is, which I think now most parents would look at as maybe masks for children, right? Which are made of pure fabrics, pure cotton fabrics, with a matching soft glove, which the kids can wear when they're doing some activities, and it can be thrown and put into wash. Because now wearing masks and wearing gloves and wearing caps are going to become a way of life for us. We've seen that a lot of changes are coming our way, even when things improve with the lockdown and the COVID situation gets settled in and everyone's healthy and the vaccination for the virus is out, and it just becomes just another virus or just another ailment. We will all have to become very conscious of the way we go about our daily life, conscious about the way we travel, the way we wash our hands, how much do we wash it, our hygiene, our basically sanitizing ourselves, our home, and that will take away. So a lot of the businesses have to think, how is this going to change certain things for them? How are they going to function with their employees? Should work from home become a way of life, or rotational work from home for employees, so you save on your cost of a desk or cost of space, right? So there are a lot of ways. Revenue is not just earning money. It is also reducing your cost, because any cost that you save is that much saving or money added to your top line. So this is also for businesses to ideate right now, what are the options for them? What are the different creative options that they can go with to innovate for their business? And it's a brilliant time because you're at home. You have a lot of time to yourself. So I would urge each one of you who's watching this video today that please sit down with a pen and paper and start your ideation process. And now, once you've written your idea, I want you to brainstorm on how you would go about it. So we will take an example. I like to cook. I want to create a business out of my cooking. Or I like to actually cook, and I love entertaining. So I love to set out beautiful tables and have friends over for dinner. How can I monetize this, right? So let's take it from there. So cooking is one part of it. I may not want to do catering because that's really not my niche and I don't want to do it every day, but I want to entertain. I want to meet different people who can come in to dine, and I know that I do a brilliant job with my presentation. So how I would start is that one of my area of strengths is that I do good cooking, I do good presentation, I like to entertain, right? So these are steps going with that one idea of entertainment. And I have a space of a dining table of 8 people. So how can I monetize that, right? Now, my business idea would come from the fact that I will maybe once or twice a week open up my dining table to invite people to book for amazing dining experience. So I like to cook Italian, I like to cook Mexican, I do Thai cooking, I do Vietnamese cooking. So I can give a choice of menu which I can open out through my friend circle, through Facebook, that hey guys, I have just started this at-home dining option where you will get an absolute feel of very fine dining. All the food will be home cooked, but it will be cooked with the freshest and the best of ingredients. You will feel even better than what it would be, your experience, being out at a restaurant. At the same time, you will have your privacy. You will have a butler. So I will have one of my helpers, who are going to help me with the serving. You're going to have a theme-based dinner. So if I'm going to do Italian, I'm going to take out maybe my Versace dinner set to serve. So the whole experience will matter and people will feel good about it, and it's going to be a 5-course meal or a 7-course meal. And accordingly, I will price it, say, at 1,500 rupees a person, or say $20 per person, right? And then in that I can give options that, okay, if you want mocktails, these are extra pricing. If you want to open a bottle of wine, and I don't know if you're able to do that, then this would be the extra pricing, and a lot of ancillaries can come in, right? You can add the side dishes to it. Then what I would do is I would think about, so this is an idea that sounds kind of great. I like to do this. It doesn't require any investment. I'm going to use the crockery that I already have at home. The only thing it requires is some effort from my side to go and reach out to people and tell them what I intend to do, right? So the basic about starting a business with zero investment is using your contacts to spread the word out. And trust me on this, people are very, very willing to help when you seek help from them. And people will be very happy to spread the word around if you tell them that, look, I'm starting something new. Can you spread the word around through your Facebook newsfeed or through your network of friends on on WhatsApp or Snapchat or whatever it is, because I'm looking for customers, right? So maybe I can start with that twice a week. I can come up with my business plan now and I'll say, okay, these are the cuisines I'm going to do. This is how my 4-course meal menu is going to be. So I'm doing my preparatory work. So that is one business idea that is now starting to take shape. I have to now come up with a name which is very, very relevant to that business idea, that when somebody hears it, they immediately can associate what this idea could be with, right? Or what it could be associated with, which product or which service. So don't just come up with like Nidhi's, I won't put something like Nidhi's dining table or Nidhi's restaurant or something. No, I'm going to come up with a very innovative name which brings in the essence of the entire business idea, that it is home cooked, it's fresh, it's private premium dining, it is an experiential dining, it is going to tantalize all your 5 senses, it gives you a lot of privacy, and it is something which is not out there available to the masses. It is book and then come in options, right? And then I will go out there on Google and do some research that are there any platforms that can help me list my services there. So Facebook page, yes. Instagram page, yes. A lot of those things. So these are then different ways of how you would market that idea, right? But today's exercise is, once you finish listening to this YouTube session, I want you to take a pen and paper, just sit in your quiet zone, no disturbance, no phone, no notifications on your phone that can distract you, and just think long and hard about those 10 areas of interest or compliments or something that you really enjoy doing or you know that you're good at. Just list down 10. If it's more than 10, please list that down, and list it in any order. It doesn't matter which is top or which is bottom. It'll just help you to at least zone in on, okay, these are the 10 things, and now I have to do an iteration of which is what I think is something that is very, very interesting. Now, from that 10, we will go down to the top 5, where you think you're really, really good, where you personally think there is an opportunity to monetize and how you could do it. And then we will start with the next exercise. And my next session is going to be, I've listed it down how we are going to go about it, is going to be how do you generate an idea is what we did today, the validation of the idea. So how are we going to validate that idea? And for this, we are going to go out and reach out to a few friends or family members, run our ideas by them, and ask them that, can you help me validate my idea? That if I was doing this business, would you be a customer? Would you be willing to buy it? Will you be willing to sign up for this service or take this service? And when they say, oh yeah, totally, I would absolutely do it, that helps you to validate your idea. So we're going to have 5 people who will help us validate that idea. And if you want to throw your ideas out to me, please feel free. I would love to help you validate your idea if you have some business ideas. If you want me to help you brainstorm, then feel free. Like I told you, my email is there on my YouTube channel. Feel free to send me an email. I can help. And share this video, and please subscribe to the channel. Share the video with anybody who you think has been wanting to start a business or wanting to start their own work, but have struggled with maybe self-esteem, or they've struggled with confidence, they've struggled with, can I do it? How will I do it? I don't know how to go about it. You know, there are a lot of questions, and all of us go through it. You know, I've gone through it before I started mine. I still go through it when I think of a new idea, and that's absolutely normal, and that's absolutely understandable. All of us go through it, so you're not alone in this journey. But talking to somebody who's gone through it definitely helps. And I'm telling you, this could really, really be your first step towards making your dreams come true and having that source of income that will not go away. It's not a job that you can lose. It will not be a job where you will every day struggle or force yourself to get out of the bed and get ready to go to. It'll be something that you will absolutely love doing, and it will become your source of strength and your identity. So I really urge you, and especially all the women who are watching this, I'm such a big believer of women entrepreneurship. I'm a believer of girls at school level starting to think of entrepreneurship as an option for their life, because we go through a lot of different phases and pit stops in our life where we have to do career changes, where we have to maybe sometimes drop our work, our corporate jobs, whatever. And that really puts a lot of strain on us internally. And entrepreneurship is something that can help you tide through those times and those phases beautifully. And like I told you in my first video, I have moved 3 countries, 16 homes, and never left work even for one day. And I've continued to work for the last 18 years of my life, ever since I started my own business. I've gone through 2 small kids, their upbringing in new countries, cooking, handling everything myself, and yet being able to do my business. And I've scaled it up. I've reduced the scale in different times and phases of my life so I could adjust with all other responsibilities that I had. And I was only able to do it because it was my own work. So entrepreneurship is a very, very beautiful tool for all of us, and especially for women and girls. So I urge you to always encourage your daughters to think of what is it that they would like to do in life, not just about becoming an engineer or a doctor. If that's their passion, absolutely. But if they, even in that stream, if they want to think of entrepreneurship, there are so many areas and opportunities for them to do it. So hope you liked this video. Hope it has given you some feed and some room for thought. So please go down and please do leave your comments and share the video. Thank you so much. I hope I have been able to help you in some way or the other. And I hope by the time I end these I have like 40 sessions planned, and I've written down every day what I'm going to talk about. And then we are going to take about different areas of interest, like photography. How can you monetize that and make it into a business? Dance, music, these are different areas of interest. Sports that you may have, and how can you make a business or a profession out of it? So we will go through it separately later, but first it's about how do you ideate, how do you create your business plan, how do you start off, how do you market it, how do you go to the market, right? And what are the things to be careful of, what are the mistakes you want to not make, how do you name your business, and how do you choose how do you register your business, whether as a sole proprietorship or a partnership, and however it is, right? So I'm going to take you through all of that through this whole idea of starting your own business without any investment or money. Thank you so much, and till I see you next tomorrow. Bye.